Point number 5, do not move to and fro, sideways or front or backwards. Many people who come and they speak and they say that, I have been here and I've come from Tanzania. I'm taking a name of a country which is not here. And in Tanzania, we do many things. Some people have the habit, especially in India, when we read the Quran, we have a habit of going up and down. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Maliki Yawm. And it's very common. You find people, they are used to it. So you find people giving lectures and then you find getting loud and getting soft. And it's common. You will see people and they shift like that. So I'm keeping my base. Many people keep on shifting. They keep on moving like that, like that. When you have to move, you move. You move smartly and confidently. I'll tell you how it is done later on. But it is unconsciously they're doing it. And many amongst you are doing that. Many people have spoken many times on the stage. Many people have been trainers. You're a trainer doesn't mean that you're a trained trainer. You may be an untrained trainer. See, many times people are training, but they don't realize that they can be more effective. Yes, they may be effective because of certain other things, not because of public speaking skills. And if these people include these skills, they'll be multiple times better. Inshallah. Do not shake unnecessarily. It's very common. Shaking, moving. And some speakers, mashallah, they use the full stage, don't utilize the full stage. And literally, if the mic is there, they speak outside the mic also and they come back. So only when required, if you have to move, even how to move is a technique, we'll come to it later on. Otherwise, you stand firm and confidently. Do not lean on anything which is close to you. For example, people have a habit of leaning, most of them on the podium. And you even have the chair. So the chair, I'm going to give a talk now. So today we'll be discussing on the topic of Quran and modern science. And we know that the Quran is the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And is it effective? Fine, my speech is the same. I'm using modulation. Yes, modulation is there. But the impact of this leaning, some people have a habit of, and you see this many a time, they rest on something which is there and they're giving talk thinking that they're great. But actually they're making a fool of themselves. And they go here like that. So keep yourself free from any obstruction. If you come and a chair is there, you keep the chair back. So don't lean on anything because you are not old. If you're old and cannot stand, then sit and speak. If you lean, it will not give a good impression. And see, alhamdulillah, day for yesterday, you may not have realized that you stayed here for about 15 hours. We started at about 10 to 8, ended at 11:40. Imagine, 8 to, so what? How many hours is it? 15 and a half hours? 15 hours, 40 minutes. Removing the break and everything, it is more than 12 hours. If you remove the salah break, lunch break, tea break, more than 12 hours you were there in the auditorium. Out of which, I spoke for more than 10 and a half hours. While I was speaking, I didn't realize only, though I slept very little. And yesterday night I slept lesser. But believe me, once I come on the stage, alhamdulillah, it has almost all the time, once or twice, alhamdulillah, once I come on the stage, I'm always, mashallah, fresh. Irrespective whether I've slept for 10 hours or 1 hour or alhamdulillah. If I'm off the stage, I get tired again. I'm a human being. So off the stage, I have to go again. When I'm again here, I can stay for as long as you want. For as long as you can hear me. So the competition. Who can sustain longer? And alhamdulillah, so far always I've won. Huh? Your posture should be confident and energetic. It should be relaxed and not tensed. Means many times people come and they are, today I'm going to give a speech on, the whole. It is not confident, it is all. And you find some of them shiver because they have not come before. Or you'll find, when you see the tape, you'll see jittery and they're playing tensed. Something is going on in their mind. And believe me, many a time something goes in my mind also. But what's going in my mind doesn't come on my face. That time I told Brother Fedos. So, I'm a human being. But I've trained myself to not let what is coming in my mind to be seen by my audience. If they see the Mahabharata is a big war, that there in the Hindu scriptures. If the war that's happening in my mind comes out in public, it's very detrimental to me. So always relaxed, always, alhamdulillah, confident, should not be tensed, should not be nervous. Your posture should be, mashallah, confident. Anyone has any questions in postures? Anyone has any questions regarding postures? Yes, Brother Zamri.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Let's say, Dr. Zakir, now if people are using a balancing wheel, there are some speakers who are doing some speech and using a balancing wheel. So how they want to maintain their posture?
Are you referring to
balancing wheel?
One wheel cycle.
Yeah, you just have to stand and then it will move.
Have to stand on what?
On the balancing wheel.
Yeah, there's a one wheel cycle, talking about that.
There will be two wheels, but you can balance on top of it.
So you don't want to go on the wheel and give a lecture.
Yeah, there are some people using that to give a lecture.
So that is a person who is using a balancing wheel or using a cycle or using a motorcycle. That is his way of attracting people, but that's not effective. If you use a balancing wheel, how many people listen to him at a time? How many?
Again?
If he's using a balancing wheel, where in auditorium, it's on the street, correct?
No, in a stage.
On a stage?
Yes.
Using a balancing wheel to give a lecture. He may be doing some balancing act, and while acting, he may be saying something is different. A person, the joker comes in the circus, and he speaks, that's different. His main act is to make you laugh. Or maybe a gymnast comes. He does gymnastics, and while doing gymnastics, he speaks. But his show you that he's a good gymnast. That's a different. He's not a speaker. I don't know any speaker in the world who's a professional speaker who uses the balancing wheel. He may be doing a balancing act, and while acting, giving a speech, that's a different thing. Do you understand the difference between the two?
Yeah.
He may be using the balancing wheel for some other purpose, and while using balancing wheel is giving a speech, that's a different thing. But I've not seen anyone using the balancing wheel and giving a talk. Anyway, hope that answers the question. Any other questions on the posture? Yes, brother. Kamruddin.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaikh. I remember Shaikh Didat was talking when I asked him last time about wearing the tie, and he never wear the tie. And I imitated him until today. So I'm seeing my teacher, Dr. Zakir Naik, wearing a tie. So what shall I do now?
The Kamruddin asked a very good question, a very conflicting question. That he is inspired by Shaikh Didat, and even I'm inspired by Shaikh Didat. And Shaikh Didat never wore a tie according to Brother Kamruddin, because Brother Kamruddin doesn't know Shaikh Didat as well as I know. Though he studied under him, I know that. He said that he had done training. I have done no training under Shaikh Didat. And I wear a tie, so who should he follow? Don't follow anyone because of any sort of hero worship. But Shaikh Didat, if you see his old photographs, he wore a tie. But when people attacked him that wearing tie is haram, so he removed his tie. When people attack me that tie is haram, I have a reply. If I have a reply, then no one can attack you. They can attack, it will make no difference. There are many people, especially from the Indian subcontinent, who think that wearing a tie is haram. Because there's a hadith which says that do not imitate or wear the clothes of the non-Muslims. Now, this hadith you should realize is that it doesn't prohibit you from wearing the cultural clothes of any community except if it's a sign of an unbeliever. For example, wearing a cross. It's haram. Because cross is a sign of Christianity. So if you wear a cross, people will think you're a Christian. It's haram. There are 6 criteria for hijab, for man and woman. The first is the extent. For the woman, the complete body should be covered. The only part that can be seen are the face and the hands up to the wrist. Some scholars say even this should be covered. For the man, it's from the navel to the knee. The remaining 5 criteria are the same for the man and the woman. The second, the clothes they wear, it should not be tight-fitting so that it reveals the figure. Third, it should not be transparent or translucent so that you can see through. Number 4, it should not be so glamorous so that it attracts the opposite sex. Number 5, it should not be resembling the opposite sex. Number 6, it should not resemble the clothes of an unbeliever. Wearing a cross is haram. Putting a tika is haram. Now many Muslims unfortunately think that tie is a sign of Christianity. If you read the Bible, nowhere in the Bible does it say that tie is a sign of Christianity. If you go to Encyclopedia Britannica, it says tie initially started in Croatia as a bow. It also says it was a fashion where in cold countries where they wore this fur overcoat, they tied it with the tie so that it remained there. It's a cultural dress. Do you see the Pope wearing a tie? When you go to a church, the priest with the thobe. Even the Arab thobe, if you put your hands on top, it looks like a cross or not. It looks or not. That doesn't mean that. So this is just imagination of certain Muslims. They are so much against the Western world that they make almost everything haram. Yes, what is haram is haram. Even I am not in favor of the Western world. But I criticize that which is wrong. What is good is fine. So tie per se is not a sign of Christianity. It's a cultural dress.
La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadun Rasulullah. Muhammadun Rasulullah. أرجو رضاك يا الله أنت الرحيم يا الله هبني عطاك يا الله أنت الكريم منك العطاء يا الله أنت العظيم يا الله فيك الرجاء يا الله أنت الحليم الرحمن الستار ملك الملك الغفار الوهاب المنان المتعال الرحمن الستار ملك الملك الغفار الوهاب المنان المتعال الله الله يا ربي يا الله الله